Hi guys! Now, before I actually go straight into this video, you can see the title saying I have news. It's the reason I'm filming this now and not back when this first happened. It's taken me a long time to kind of get to grips with the situation I've been in. Don't worry, later on in the video I will be sharing some hopeful good news. Well, I think it is good, but you guys will find out later in this video what I'm going to be on about with that part. But I currently no longer work for Butlins. I know kind of sounds crazy because I've got quite a few of you guys who follow my channel and have been kind of like thinking, oh, S, like you work at Butlins, that's so cool, like that's amazing. But yeah, if any of you have been watching my videos recently, you'll notice this poster which I had in my bedroom in my accommodation when I was working for Butlins. So you're probably wondering, yes, why'd you leave? Why don't you work there? Do you not like it? No, that is not the case. I loved the place to pieces. If anybody knows me, I've got quite a few of you guys who have actually come and visited me whilst I've been working at Butlins. And have said hi to me and be like, oh, I've seen you on YouTube, like, and I like love your videos. Now, the reason I have currently left Butlins is nothing to do with them. It's not even like it's not even my fault. Like, don't worry, I wasn't fired. I've just had to resign because my health hasn't since around November. My health has been quite bad. I got COVID back in the start of November and basically spent the majority of last season off ill with COVID, coming back and coming home here and going back and forth between here and my accommodation back at Butlins for that. And then at the start of around 27th, 28th of December, I started to develop a bit of pain in my, what side is it? In my right side of my stomach, kind of down, like around the appendix area. But so I was going to get tests. Hospital showed nothing, and then December, like New Year's Eve, I actually collapsed in my cousin's kitchen at his house because I was spending New Year's Eve at my cousin's house like I always do every year, and I was rushed into hospital. They couldn't really find anything, which was really frustrating because I was in so much pain. It's also a bit of a story time between what happened and to why, as most of the reason why I've left. This is gonna sound completely insane when I tell you more. So when I was rushed into emergency surgery on the 3rd of January. I had to remember the dates then. On the 3rd of January, I was rushed into emergency surgery on that morning, and they were doing like a laparoscope thing where they put like that camera down your throat. I don't want to sound too TMI, but I had that done, and they discovered a rare, almost deadly internal hernia. Now you're thinking, Ez, you're 20 years old. I'm about to be 21 in a couple of weeks' time, exactly 2 weeks tomorrow. And people around my age, my health, you wouldn't think I would have got it, but somehow it developed, and it was a huge shock. When I came out of surgery and the day after I was told that had happened, I thought, how did that happen? Like, because I was swimming with my cousins on the 28th of December whilst we were at Butlins still on holiday for our Christmas family holiday. And I went down this slide stomach first, like on my stomach, so and I felt a bit of pain on my stomach, but I just thought, oh, it's like an edge of, it's like the hard edge of a slide. So, like, you know, when you go down the slide and like you fall off into the water, you can hit the edge quite hard, especially if you're on your stomach, you feel it a lot more. And I just thought nothing of it. I mean, I had a bit of pain. I didn't really eat a whole ton on the holiday, but whenever we're on holiday, I don't eat much anyway. Like, I mean, my family have to, like, almost force me to eat. They're like, right, you have to eat. But luckily, with this holiday we're doing in a couple of weeks' time, we have got the dining plan, so I will be eating. Whether I eat much, I don't know. I'll try to eat on my birthday. Not promising anything. But, you know. So yeah, they discovered that. So that was on the 3rd. I stayed in hospital for an additional 2 days. So I was I was discharged on the 5th. I was meant to go and see Butlins, the musical, that day as well. Because I bought tickets from a friend who happened to not be able to go, hence why I got the tickets off him. But by the time I was discharged, I'd already missed the show. We don't know what was going on, but I just was, I mean, I could barely do anything. I could barely walk anyway that day. But I managed to get out. And then, so I went home and I got fine. And then 2 days later, I was taken into hospital to just have an ultrasound to make sure everything was healing all right. And they discovered gallstones. So this was on the 8th of, I believe, no, the 7th of January. So it'd been a couple of days and I had the ultrasound and they said, oh, you've got gallstones. They look pretty big, but I think they should be okay. And then I got the results back from the doctor officially and he said, you're going to need your gallbladder taken out. So, rare internal hernia. And now I need my gallbladder taken out. So I went back to work a week later and then I got it all. I started working, but I had to come home again and then I had to go back and it was so annoying. And I managed to stay there for a couple of days and then I started feeling really, really ill, quite fatigued after doing just 2 days of work. And I rang my mum up that night after I finished. I came home from work, went back to my accommodation, rang my mum up and I said, look, I'm in so much pain. They're giving me the day off tomorrow, so I had the day off after that. And I rang her up and just told her everything that was going on. And I knew at the time I wasn't with it, but I think at the same time my brain kind of just kicked in and like hit the reality of the situation. And obviously I didn't want to cause problems for Butlins, because if you constantly keep going back and forth, they're not going to think that you're not really reliable to work anymore. So I just said to my mum, out of being tired and stressed, I thought, do you think I should resign for now and come home properly, to give myself time to recover and wait for this other surgery and hopefully get back. And she said, you know what, I know it's hard for you to think about it, but it's good that you are taking that into consideration. Like, you're being smart and like actually thinking about yourself, because normally when I'm at work I'm like, no, I don't come first, the guests come first. And that is a lot of the time the case, but obviously especially when you're working on a holiday park and it's so full on, you kind of have to put yourself aside just a little bit and mainly focus on the guests. But obviously when it comes to your health is more important. And I have now taken the time to realise that, especially with how things have been progressing recently. But So yeah, I currently no longer work there. I am hoping to return for the 2023 season. I was going to be returning around September time, but at the moment we have no date for the surgery. And then I have a trip in New York in July coming up, and potentially one in October. So it's so much time I'd be taking off. So I'm going to take this year to kind of just, the rest of this year to kind of just focus on me, make sure that if all these surgeries go well and then a recovery happens. But another thing that kind of got thrown in the works to prevent me from going back for the rest of the season is I now have a broken foot. Yeah, I now have a broken foot. And potentially tarsal tunnel and now paresthesia. I'm getting sensory rehab and physiotherapy to sort those out. But for my birthday, I'm going to be spending it in a cast. Yeah, that's fun. But I will hope, fingers crossed, will be returning next year. So any of you guys that watch my channel and have probably gone to Minehead over the last several months and been like, I wonder where Rez is. Like, I haven't seen her around in a long time. This video will hopefully explain to you guys why I've not been there. I have been talking to a couple of you guys, so a couple of you guys do know. I'm not obviously going to say the names of you guys, but I have been talking to a few friends. But don't worry, I am coming back at some point, and I just want to be back. But I have now realised that my health does take a lot of priority now, especially with the severity of my situation and my current condition. It is more severe than I first thought. I thought, oh, it's okay, I'll be fine within a month or two. We're now in April, we're about to hit May, and things still just aren't levelling up the way I'd want to. Things aren't like progressing as well as I'd hoped. So now I'm currently having to wait for all this stuff to go through. It kind of lets me a bit nervous, but I'm hopeful for the future. I don't know why I said that, but don't worry, you guys, I have plenty of videos coming up soon. I'm gonna try my hardest to vlog when I am in Bognor Regis in a couple of weeks' time for my birthday. You may or may not get a birthday vlog, but I mean, I'm gonna potentially do, obviously I did a birthday haul last year, but I may not get time to this year because of with the thousands of shows we've got. I mean, my birthday is actually going to be quite a hectic day. We've got what have we got? We've got Panto at 1:30. I think we've got ABBA at 8:30 or 9:30. It's one of those two. There was only one slot for it and we booked it, so I was like happy for that. We've got one, maybe two, a push 3 Skyline Gang shows that day. The Skyline Gang are going to be out and about that day. The Redcoats are going to be out that day. But even if I'm not going to be posting a vlog that day, I will be posting TikToks. I'll be filming TikToks all day. I've got a couple of ones planned, which I want to do with a couple of my friends who work there still, who I'm still in touch with. Who know that I'm coming down. I'm just really excited to kind of go and hopefully feel a bit human. I'm going to just try and kind of focus on the bright side of things. It is hard. It is really, really hard. I know I don't look like it's hard right now, but trust me, I have been in quite a low state quite a lot recently. I mean, my boyfriend who works there still, he knows how hard it's been for me. A lot of my friends who work at the resort still and work across the other 2 resorts, they all know how hard I've found it. But hey ho, it's just my dumb luck, I guess. But these things happen, unfortunately. But it doesn't mean that I'm not coming back. like, you guarantee I'm coming back. If anybody knows me, I still love the place to pieces. I still love Butlins. I still love everyone, and Butlins will never leave my life entirely. Even if, like, I never work there again or whatever, it's not going to stop me from going. I mean, when I do eventually get my chance to reapply for the place, I am going to be back to Minehead. I would go for Bognor or Skegness, but because my family when I go with my family at Christmas, we go to either Bognor or Skegness. There's not much point in working in a resort. I mean, obviously I'd get more chance to see my family when they're on holiday, but just working at another resort just might not work out as well as I'd hoped. And, like, obviously I wouldn't be able to get as good interactions with the characters that I get when I'm on holiday there. So I do still get interactions with the characters at the other resorts where I don't work. But I'd rather just go back to Minehead, because, like, Minehead is, like, my main resort, which I like. Obviously, I love Bognor and Skegness to pieces. Everybody knows that. But mainly for work-wise, I would want to be at Minehead, because, I don't know, ever since I've started working there, I just feel so at home there. I just feel like I know Minehead is my second home. Like, I've just got so many friends there. I've got so many, like, people who I've grown close with over the last 8 months. From when I started working there back in July to when I left in February. So I have grown really attached to the place, and that's the place I want to spend the most time at for work. I know that place made me happy, because people have said to me, like, since I've left, like, how happy did working at Butlins in Minehead make me? It has changed me so much, to the point I feel so much more confident in myself. Like, before working there, I didn't feel that confident in myself. I didn't have very much self-confidence at all. I went in with little to no confidence, and I came out, obviously, like, at the time I came out, I felt really rough, but I do still feel really, like, happy for what I achieved there. I loved it so much, and I made so many friends and memories. And I can't wait to go back next year and do it all again. Obviously, I will keep you guys updated with if I do go back earlier or when I go back. There will be so many videos coming out when I go back. Well, as much as I can, because obviously I'd be working all the time, so I won't get as much time to film, which you guys understand. But I'll keep you guys all updated with that. But yeah, and guys, as I said earlier in the video, I am going to Bognor Regis in 2 weeks for my 21st birthday. Where has time gone? How am I going to be 21? I feel like I just turned 18 last year, and here I am about to turn 21, which is nuts. It's insane. But I just can't wait. I can't believe it. It's going to be a huge deal. Like, it's going to be so much fun. I've got so many fun things planned, so many fun people to see. But yeah, so yeah, I don't really know. There's not really much else to say at the moment, because not really much is happening at the moment. But guys, we've just had Easter, and I had some pretty good treats. I got a bunch of cream egg stuff. There's not much left. But yeah, but if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Maybe join the family and hit that red subscribe button down below. I am thinking of doing some gaming videos sometime soon. I'm not entirely sure. I need to kind of work out what I'm doing with my gaming. I don't do much gaming at the moment, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. But again, yeah, I'm glad that I got to kind of share a little life update. Basically, it's a little life update video. The video will either be called life update or I have news. It'll be one of the things. It'll be one of those things. But yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video. I don't know what I was doing there. I'm just being weird. I may be feeling rough, but I can be goofy. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!